Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alliance 2017 Conference Chair, Jane Burrata.
Welcome to Alliance 17, our 20th anniversary conference. Much has changed since our first conference. So what was going on in the world 20 years ago, back in 1997? Well, a sheep named Dolly was cloned. We lost Mother Teresa and Princess Diana. Wi-Fi was invented. An unknown writer named J.K. Rowling published a book called Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Tiger Woods became the youngest golfer to win the Masters, and the English Patient cleaned up at the Oscars. More importantly for us, a small group called the Higher Education Special Interest Group, or HEUG, was establishing itself. Some technological advances were taking off: listservs, email, and the internet. Members of the HEUG used these to communicate with others about PeopleSoft issues and questions. In March of 1998, 750 of the HEUG's members met in person at the Adams Mark Hotel in Dallas. They gathered to discuss the great and not so great features of PeopleSoft version 6 and the newly released version 7. They met to help each other, to share tips, workarounds, and to share code. In 2001, the Higher Education User Group, which soon became affectionately known as the HEUG, was officially incorporated. It joined forces with PSUG, the Public Sector User Group, in 2006, and the annual conference became known as Alliance. We've gathered 20 times in 9 cities. Since 2007, almost 40,000 attendees have participated in just over 5,000 sessions. Countless drink tickets have been distributed. Over time, we've added workshops, deep dives, and mini sessions. We have stop and share and meet the experts. We can choose from 24 tracks, including our latest entry of Cloud. Alliance has become the largest gathering of higher education and public sector users of Oracle applications in the world. It's our once-a-year opportunity to get together in person, to advocate, collaborate, and educate. We work hard in these few days, and we play hard, and through it all, we keep that same core value we developed 20 years ago to help one another. We're very grateful to all our vendors. This year, 80 of our 94 vendor partners will be in the exhibit hall to provide us with information. There are 163 vendor sessions on offer, including 10 roadmaps from Oracle. Also making all of this possible is a very large group of volunteers that deserve our thanks. The conference planning team, the session presenters, the advisory groups, most particularly the track chairs, and the board members and PSUG. Last but not least, this conference would be nothing without all of you. So thank you for traveling from near and far, and welcome again to Alliance 17.
Please welcome the HEUG President, Mario Berry, and the HEUG Incoming President, Jane Broad.
You all excuse me just for one moment. Jane, would you come please join us on the stage here? So, as always, I would love, on behalf of the board, the Higher Education User Group, to present a token of our appreciation to our conference chair, Jane Burrata. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
And now back to business, regularly scheduled program. Hello, everyone. Thank you again for coming to celebrate our 20th anniversary with us. Oh, and the 2017 conference. Can you believe another year has passed and we are here together once again to collaborate, share, embrace the opportunity to transform what we are doing now and can positively impact our future. The world as we know it has greatly changed, and the landscape that we live in and work in requires each of us to expand our thinking and unlearn many of the things and seek to better understand how to effectively navigate socially and technologically through critical and sensitive topics around diversity, inclusion, intelligence, learning, and their impacts both individually and holistically. We must learn how to advocate not only for ourselves, but for the greater good of us all. And focused educational outcomes is at the center for change. And you are all the leaders in this process. So seize this moment, and in the weeks ahead, I encourage you all to, with passion and patience and purpose, to lead in a great direction.
Thank you for that really thought-provoking introduction, Mario. I think he made some really telling points about change, the requirement for us to learn, to understand, and to lead. As I start out in this role as president, I want us all to really focus on the Higher Education User Group and how it was created. It was created by users, for users. Users looking for support with complex issues, and users looking to share feedback to Oracle about their existing products, about technology, and importantly, about strategic direction through one united voice. The strength of the HEUG comes from the interactions between all of us as members, the HEUG communities, the advisory groups, and from the board who represent you. Please find those representatives, the advisory group and the board members, we're the ones with the red badges on, and take the opportunity to talk with them during this conference. Help us to ensure that the HEUG leadership knows what is important to all of you. For, as an inspiring African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. So please, let's go together, let's go further, and enjoy a really great 20th Anniversary Alliance Conference.
And now, the HEUG Executive Director, Lou Connor.
Welcome back to Las Vegas. My wife thought maybe I should bring some tissues up here after seeing the video, but I promise I'll get through this, not a problem. Once again, I have the privilege of presenting the induction into the HEUG Hall of Fame. Each year, a committee of HEUG members review nominations for the HEUG and for the HEUG Hall of Fame and make recommendations to HEUG board members for individual induction. The committee and the board involved look at 4 distinct areas of accomplishment to determine if a nominee meets the criteria for induction. They include demonstrated leadership in important initiatives that advance the HEUG, outstanding service to the HEUG, being highly respected in the higher education industry as a whole, and demonstrating a sustained contribution to the HEUG itself. Todd Langiel is a 1984 graduate of Dartmouth University and current Dartmouth University staff member. He clearly excels in all 4 areas. Todd was one of the members whose work merging the Oracle e-business suite members with many HEUG PeopleSoft application users that allowed the EBS members a voice in the HEUG. Todd's service to his constituents spanned over 20 years through his work on the board of directors of the New England Oracle Application User Group, and then continuing on with the EBS PEG, and then furthermore on the HEUG Board of Directions. Todd's involvement in the Ivy Plus Technology Leadership Group for over 20 years as well garnered him the respect of his many Ivy League peers, but also of industry technology professionals across the globe. While my previous comments clearly demonstrate sustainability of his service, I wanted to highlight one area of service that Todd committed to in his final 2 years on the board. There was a great need for our members in EMEA, and in particular, the Arab HEUG, to have EBS representation. Todd stepped in, not only preparing presentations for groups at different events in EMEA, but also by filling in when a key speaker became ill at the last minute during our first Arab HEUG conference in Doha, Qatar. While we hope that our inductees in the past and those in the future are also model citizens, Todd has gone further in his personal life to better the world. He and his wife, Pat, are devout Christians who have served 4 separate missions in Haiti. Todd has been a member of the board of elders for his church for over 20 years. Unfortunately for us and for the higher ed industry, Todd is going to be retiring from Dartmouth to begin work in 2017 at the Wycliffe Bible Translators. I want to thank Todd personally for the friendship we built through our many trips in the US and around the world. Please join me congratulating the 2017 inductee to the HEUG Hall of Fame, Todd Langiel.
Welcome back to the stage, Jane Burrata.
Okay, it's my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening. He's a graffiti artist who is making big waves on the international lecture circuit by challenging organizations to break free from business as usual. His #1 best-selling book, Unthink, has been hailed as the blueprint for leveraging creativity to achieve superior levels of performance. He's also the author of the recently released book, The Spark and the Grind. He regularly guest lectures at TED and the prestigious London School of Business. His sought-after graffiti artwork has raised millions of dollars for charity and can be seen hanging prominently in executive offices all over the world. Please help me welcome recognized artist and human performance strategist, Eric Wall.